learners, welcome to this session. Myself Dr. Archana Shukla from Faculty of Library and Information Science, School of Social Sciences, IGNOU. Today we are going to discuss about functional units of libraries. These functional units are known as the different sections of the library where different works of the libraries are done and different services are provided to the users. These different sections are there in the libraries for different purposes. The section like acquisition section is for acquiring the documents, the circulation section is basically for issue and return of documents. Similarly, reference section provides the reference services. So, today what I will be doing, I will be presenting an overview of all the sections of the library, how these sections work in a library. Although you are having specific sessions also on these sections. So, today we discuss about the different sections of the library. As we know that library is a system, and what is a system? A system is a group of interacting, interrelated or interdependent elements forming a complex whole. Means a system consists of small parts, small groups or small units. Likewise, library consists of these different sections and these different sections make a library as a whole system. So, these are the different sections we generally found in a library like acquisition section, technical section, circulation section, periodical section, reference section and maintenance section. These are the basic sections of any library, but these sections depend upon the type of the library and size of the library. Apart from these, some other sections are also there in the big libraries like university libraries, national libraries or special libraries. These sections include textbook section, interlibrary loan section, document delivery section, rare book and archival section, IT division and of course administrative section to look after the administrative works of the library. This acquisition section, this is the first section of the library and the name suggests it is for acquiring the documents. This section is responsible to procure document and for this procurement this section also selects the document. So, the acquisition section is responsible for the acquisition of all books, monographs, government documents etc. Means whatsoever a library is acquiring, acquisition section is responsible for that. Acquisition section supports the library staff in their efforts to acquire and maintain information resources for education and research in the organization. This acquisition section of the library deals with the purchase of books, reference books, textbooks, serial publications and multi-volume books. This section also deals with day-to-day operations such as receiving indents for purchasing of books. Checking duplicates is required to avoid purchasing of the same title again and again. Then placing orders, receiving and entering the books with serial number in the accession register as well as in the system of the library and budget control etc. Budget control here means a certain amount is allocated according to the academic departments of the university library or according to the different sections of the library. Likewise, library purchases books for that section keeping in view the budget allocated to that particular section or particular community. Now, the libraries are moving towards computerization. All the work of the acquisition section is similarly getting automated these days. With the help of web, acquisition work has become very much simplified. Order placing, duplicate checking, price checking, etc. are done very effectively using ICT, information communication technology. Online bookshops, publisher websites save the time of the librarians. Invoices can be downloaded from the website that makes service faster and avoids postal delays. Emails help in sending reminders to the publishers and the vendors. The next section is technical section. This technical section, generally users are not aware about this section. Why? Because they do not see the work happening in this section. That is why technical services are behind the scene activities that a library undertakes to effectively deliver library services to the public. These services include the processes and procedure which are necessary to arrange library materials like classifying, cataloging, assigning subject headings, data entry work, checking and physical processing to get the material ready to put on the library shelves. So, this way acquisition section acquires the document and technical section get it ready to be placed on the shelves. So, technical section classifies book, assign call number for books. Call number consists of class number as well as a book number for that book, and prepares self list card, catalog card, data entry sheet, due date slip, book card and spines for the book. This is generally known as physical processing. The technical section work is divided into two parts: technical processing like classifying, cataloging, assigning subject heading, and the other part is physical processing where this spine level, book pocket, book card, these are pasted in the book. This section performs the major professional activities like classification, cataloging, indexing and preparation of new arrival list. This new arrival list is the list of newly acquired books in the library. This will help the users to know about the latest additions of the library. Now, technical section is also getting automated, and the best example of this automation process in the technical section is OPAC, Online Public Access Catalog. It is now very convenient for the technical staff to assign call numbers to the newly added books. IT has reduced the volume of work done in the catalog card preparation. Even now some of the libraries, what they are doing? They are not doing cataloging and classification on their own. They are fetching the data from OCLC, that is known as copy cataloging. They are not doing cataloging, they are just copying the cataloging details from OCLC, they are just copying the class number from OCLC. The next section is circulation section. This is the most important section. Why this is the most important section? Because our users are very much well versed with this section, because whenever a user comes to the library, he or she comes for issue or return of the books generally, and this is the section where a user generally comes while he enters to the library. So, this circulation section is the front end of library operations, providing the lending services to the library users. The circulation staff assist users in borrowing, renewing and recalling books. They maintain the user files. User files means record of the users, registration related details of the users, and they also maintain the reserved book collection. This reserved book collection is meant for the different category of users. The mostly used books some copies of those books are to be kept in the reserved section. So, a library is always having a copy of that type of book. The circulation desk is staffed during all hours, means until unless the library is open, there is one person sitting on the circulation desk. Generally, the circulation section is located on the library's entrance floor. Why it is located on the library's entrance floor? Because as I said, this is the first section where user generally comes. Not only this circulation section, if you have visited any library, the first part which is located is the property counter, where the user keeps his or her belongings on the property counter, and then after that he goes to the circulation desk for his queries or for issue, return, recall or reservation of books. The circulation section is also known as lending section, because the main job of the circulation section is issue and return of library material. So, the circulation section performs following activity: issue and return of books, registration of users and issuing smart cards to new members. Now, the libraries are becoming automated, and in place of membership cards, libraries are issuing smart cards to the users. So, this is the responsibility of the circulation section to issue smart cards to the users. Similarly, renewal, reservation and recall of books is also done by the circulation section. Renewal means if a book is there with the user for say for 15 days and he wants that book again for 15 days. So, he comes to the circulation desk and asks the circulation desk staff to renew that book for more 15 days. So, this is known as renewal, again reissuing that book to the same user. Then reservation facility is also there. Reservation means a book is issued to a particular user and a user comes to a library with a demand of that book. So, what libraries does? They give a reservation slip to the user and user fills that reservation slip, and whenever that book is returned by that user, the library informed the user who filled that reservation slip for that particular book. Recall means if any user is having a urgent demand of any book which is being issued to a particular user. So, library is having all the right to recall that book back to the library even before the due date period. Library also issues interlibrary loan form. Interlibrary loan form means it is a form for getting book from other libraries, because sometimes the library are not having those books which are required by the users. So, libraries are having network cooperation with other libraries. So, they ask for the required book from other libraries, and for that purpose they issue interlibrary loan form to their users. Then if the book is overdue, the circulation section also issues reminders for defaulters to return the book. Means if the book is issued for 15 days to a user and that period is over now, so the circulation section issues reminders. Loss of books is also being reported by the circulation section, because they issued a book and it is the responsibility of both the user as well as the circulation section staff to report if the book is lost by the user. Then levying fines for defaulters and fine collection. Fines for overdue books or lost books, they are levied by circulation section, and this fine is collected by the circulation section with the help of the administrative section of the library. Circulation section also provide user education programs to the users. In these user education programs, they tell about the library rules and regulation, how to use the OPAC and other rules and regulation related with the libraries. Apart from that, circulation section also maintains a suggestion box, a help desk, and they provide basic information to the users. Why they are maintaining suggestion box and help desk? Because as I already told you, this is the first section where user is approaching. So, suggestions are welcome on circulation desk. These are the goals of the circulation section: to provide the greatest possible use of library material while ensuring the collection security and adherence to equitable policies. Equitable policies means access to all, equity to all. Without any discrimination, material is given to all the users of the library. The circulation section is responsible for the general as well as the reserve collection. General collection means the collection which is open for all, and the reserve collection that is not open for all, and that collection is restricted to be used in the library only. Registration of users and maintenance of user records, compilation of circulation statistics, and the provision of basic directional information to the library users. The circulation section, they help to accurately issue and receive circulated material. They maintain a reserve service which efficiently allows a maximum number of students access to a limited amount of material. They also evaluate and recommend hours of access to the library collection on the basis of needs identified by library statistics and users' request. Circulation section provides certain borrowing privileges, and these borrowing privileges are not transferable. The borrower is responsible for the books till they are returned. In case of damage or loss, the borrower will buy a new book or will be charged the price of the book plus expenses done on that book. Certain collection is there in the library which is not for loan, that is periodicals, there to be used in the library only. Material of the reference collection means reference sources, they are also to be used in the library only, they are not for issuing purpose. Then circulation section also collects fines, and these fines are set by the library administration as per the policies of the library or the parent organization. This section is one of the important section, mainly deals with registration of members of the library. The section also performs the responsibility of issuing no dues certificate to its members. Any member, faculty member of a university library, if he or she is getting retired, he needs to take a no dues certificate from the library, or if a student, his tenure or his course is being over in the university or the college, he or she also needs to get a no dues certificate from the library. So, this is the responsibility of the circulation section to issue no dues certificate to the users. Then automation of circulation section. As other sections of the library, circulation section is also being automated. The use of technological devices such as computers, RFID tags, barcode scanners and its software in circulation helps in performing the routine operations easily and quickly. The integrated facilities of the LMS software. LMS means library management softwares like Koha, Soul, NewGenLib, etc. help in this regard. Then transaction process of the collections in the library has become faster than before because of these barcodes, RFID tags and other devices. Circulation is becoming faster. Now libraries heavily depend upon telephone, internet and email for checking availability, reservation and recall of books. Even reminders are sent to the users by email. The next section in this context is periodical section. As the name suggests, this is the section where periodicals, journals, magazines, serials are kept. The periodical section places all ongoing orders including periodical journals, subscription, online journal activities, standing orders. Standing order means a order for a periodical to be bought in the library as and when it is published. Continuation orders for all physical formats as well as the invoices processing for these orders. The section is responsible for check-in. Check-in means to register the issues of the serials which are coming in the library either by post or by e-format, and claiming for all titles that library orders. This periodical section of the library occupies a central place. It generally has a rich collection of magazines and newspapers of different countries and on different subjects. So, periodical section consists not only periodicals, but it also consists of magazines and newspapers. The services are being provided by this section are like articles are indexed in this section. Assistance is provided to the candidates of competitive examination, especially on current affairs. Not only indexing, abstracting and other services are also being provided by the periodical section. Periodical section handles print as well as electronic journal databases. This processes journal subscriptions, renewals, orders, payment, advances, journal receipts, bound volumes every year. So, this not only orders the periodicals, but it works for its renewals, payments and other related activities. This section also maintains budgets, accounts and statistics. It regulates the self-arrangement of current journals, displays recent arrivals daily. Newspapers and magazines are procured in this section. The next and the very important section is the reference section. This is one of the very important and heavily refereed section by the users, because here users are getting answers to their queries also. Some of the important collections of this section are dictionaries, encyclopedias, theses, dissertations, reports of various committees and commissions, annual reports, gazetteers, census reports, maps, atlases, charts, general knowledge books, reference books, abstracting and indexing journals. All these things, all these reference sources are housed in the reference section, and based on these resources or sources, the reference section staff provide different services to the users. The goals of the reference section are as to make reference service easily accessible by offering a variety of access points including in person and emails, because now this reference service is also offered through virtual mode. This section also links users to information resources by providing access to print and electronic reference sources in support of the parent organizations, academic programs or other activities. To increase awareness and use of library services and resources through instructional programs, to cooperate with other libraries and organizations to increase accessible resources. This section also guides library users to the appropriate resources that will best address to their research requirements. It also offers a variety of options for retrieving information available outside the library. This way, this reference section provides referral service. If that query is not satisfied in that particular library of the user, that library guides the user further to other libraries or organizations or humans from where that information will be available to that particular user. To foster in students the concept that information seeking is a means to lifelong educational process vital to professional and personal growth. This way this section is making our users, our students a lifelong learner and teaching them how to search their information on their own without the help of the library or the faculty. These are the objectives of the reference section: to provide personal assistance without any discrimination among library users, to identify and promote the information needs of potential users in the community, to present programs which teach the use of the library and its resources, to identify users' specific information needs through a reference interview. What reference section staff is doing? They are conducting a reference interview of the user. By that reference interview, they will be knowing about the user's requirement, and according to those requirements, they are providing different services to the library users. Now, reference section has both printed and multimedia reference sources. In the reference sections, queries are answered through telephone. For ready reference service, library staff uses both internet and email facility. So, these are the services provided in the reference section: library instructions and reference services, tutorials in the use of library catalog, one-on-one instruction on the library resources, group instructions, research consultation for researchers, ask a librarian by email or by phone, verification of bibliographical details, that is mainly for the research scholars. Online information retrieval services are also provided by the reference section. The next section is the maintenance section. This section is there for maintaining the records or the documents of the library. The maintenance section of a library is entrusted with the task of physical storage of documents with their orderly means properly in a order arrangement, and here by orderly we means arrangement through a proper classified order or according to the class number. These are the functions which a maintenance section generally performs, like shelving, location of documents, shifting of collections, dusting and cleaning, preparation and maintenance of guides, maintenance of documents, stock verification, binding, vigilance. Vigilance means to keep our eye on the users while they are using the library resources in the reading room of the library. Then conservation and preservation of documents, and weeding out of library material. Weeding out means discarding the outdated or unused material from the main collection of the library. Binding is also an important activity which is being done in the maintenance section. The large library generally has its own bindery with modern binding equipments where spacious accommodation for keeping the machinery and materials is available. Spiral binding machine is also available in some of these binderies. Then stack area where the books are being kept. This is also maintained by the maintenance section. There are stack areas which consist of general stacks, periodical stacks and closed reference stacks. Stack area staff arrange the books in the shelves and identify the books for binding and disposal. The round labels, the date slips, book pocket, etc. are pasted in the stack area whenever they found in loose condition or they found removed. They also provide assistance to the user to locate the books needed by the users in the stacks. The other section which is generally there in the big libraries or the libraries like university libraries or special libraries, that is known as documentation and reprographic section. This documentation and reprographic services section are being provided for the benefit of the readers. Generally, a nominal charge per copy is charged from the students and the staff for taking photocopies of the library material. In special libraries or in public libraries, rare books and archival sections are also there. The special feature of this section is the collection of rare book and archival materials of historical important documents. The manuscripts are also preserved in this section. Then comes the administrative section. This is the section which overall governs the library. This section handles budget proposals and monitors the overall expenditure incurred in the library, including settlement of bills, advances, impressed amounts, etc. It is also responsible for the purchase of equipments and other materials needed for library operation, maintenance of stock, assets and consumable registers, including stock verification. This administrative section, they also do annual maintenance contracts for equipments and also for Xerox unit. This administrative section also works for posting of staff members in shift, duties, holiday duties and maintenance of their leave records and attendance. Overall maintenance of library building, including insurance and pest control and cooperation with other administrative, finance, engineering department is also being done by the administrative section. And this is the section which is responsible for both internal and external audits. By all these sections, libraries provide following services to the users like borrowing facility, reference service, orientation program, book displays, interlibrary loan, OPAC services, user awareness programs, bibliographic services, photocopy services and research cubicles for the research scholars. So, this way the different sections integrate and they provide different services to the library users. At last, we will say that the smooth functioning of the library depends upon the following two things: efficiency of the staff and proper coordination of these sections. So, acquisition section acquires book, technical section processes those books, circulation section issues those books to the users and maintenance section maintains that collection to be used properly by the users. So, this is the overview of all the sections of the library. Thank you.